Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Testing. Testing. Okay, I see some blinking right there. Okay. Ready. Checking my mic check settings. So bear with me here, folks. I'm just tweeting out my live stream. Hopefully get some people in here. So this is my first time. Bear with me here. So I hope you can hear me all and everyone. Okay, just checking that. Checking 1 2. Checking. All right, just checking my volumes here, making sure you hear me. Checking my mic settings here. So, okay, now I'm getting a little more, so I'm a little close to personal. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and get started here because I'm just checking my mic settings here and everything. First time going live here, so bear with me. Let me just introduce myself here. My name's Daniel, and I live in Ohio. Welcome to the great state of Ohio. So the reason I'm doing this today is going live and just trying to do a test run here because basically we got an event that's going to come up in July 24th where people across the country are going to march, of course, to get Medicare for all. Now, I'm doing this because of the fact of I have an opinion about Medicare for all because this should have been passed in the beginning of the beginning of the year of 2021. And I'm really am confused about what's going on with this whole Medicare for all. Because right now, what I'm understanding from researching and understanding from a personal standpoint of independent media outlets like Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kulinski, and all these other independents is that Biden is not going to want to do this. And it's clearly now that he's not going to do it. He's not going to go and do Medicare for all. And our politicians that we elected in office is totally refusing of it. I mean, you guarantee it right off the bat. And this really kills me is we voted for these people. We donated our money and they are refusing to take care of us as the United States. So this really is bothering me right now because it's like, okay, when did we fail as a human race? That's really what it is to me is we failed again. We failed to get politicians that basically are supposed to care for us, represent us, but they backstab us in the back and say, we're not doing this. It's like now they got the attitude of, I don't give a damn. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, some of you people out there that voted for these people, you might know them better than me. But my guess is the fact of the matter is I've just lost faith in the politicians. I've lost faith in hope in governments anymore. I really do. And here's why I've lost faith in that. Because the fact of the matter is we voted for these people to do a job. It's like we're managers of a company and we're managers of a civilization. And these people we are hiring to do a job, to represent, to make laws, to manage a country, and they just go and backstab us. This is why I'm a big supporter of Jimmy Dore. I've watched it. I've watched every clip of him. I've watched every clip of Jimmy Dore, and to be honest with you, I love him. I love him because he's honest. He's pure and honest. He's understanding from the outside world. He's actually going out of his way to speak truth to power and basically say what's going on in the real world. Not phony baloney, not bull crap. So for people to smear him and attack him for being truthful about something, it's a famous quote from, I'm going to quote from a Command and Conquer game, Tiberium Wars 3, from the character who played Kane. The world is quick to bury anybody who has speak truth to power. The world is quick to bury anyone who wants to speak and give an opinion about events. That's really what it is. That's basically what the Biden administration and the squad is doing, is they want to bury any truth that comes to their ears. They plug it up like it's like no big deal, no big whoop. Truth's going to hurt, squad. I'm going to tell you right now. And really, the truth of the matter is, squad, AOC, Shida Tlaib, Ro Khanna, Cori Bush, your time's coming up. If we don't get Medicare for all, then you can forget getting your donations and your votes, because that's it. We're done. We are done. The American people have spoken and said enough is enough. But you're continuing to, you keep spewing out on Twitter saying, "Oh, we need $15 minimum wage. People can't live on it." What is that supposed to do? What, we're supposed to be saying something and it's supposed to motivate people? No. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. And my thing is, I'm really getting tired of the fact of these politicians are sitting there gloating like there's no big deal. There's no rush to get this stuff. But yet they make the excuses of like, oh, how are we going to pay for it? Well, what's the rich doing with the money? Tell me that aspect of it. Tell me that aspect of what's going on with the rich getting all that money. Are they helping? I saw a tweet recently from Ro Khanna that said that Jeff Bezos' last days are coming up, and it's the CEO of Amazon. Oh, it's a good day to go ahead and tax the rich. Ro, newsflash, you should have had tax the rich years ago. And here's why you should have taxed the rich years ago. Jeff Bezos is due to get $200 billion. He's climbing. But yet the middle class and the people that are working under him are getting scraps. He's taking all the money and running. And you know how he's going to be running with that money? He's going to be running with the rocket ship. I don't know if you guys noticed the news reports I've seen and heard about that. He's going to run with the rocket ship. He's going to do space exploration. He's going to go up in the rocket ship. He's going to look above the Earth just to, quote, please. He's thinking about taking that money and running up to the sky. Now, I don't know that because I don't know him personally, but I'm sorry. But that's That's my thoughts going through. And if you people see this video after it goes live, comment in the comment below and tell me what you think of Jeff Bezos and these rich millionaires and billionaires. Because to me, what's kind of sounded sickening into our stomach is that the fact that the rich are allowed to take all the money, but we can't have any of it. But yeah, we're working on these people. But at the same token, it's like, okay. And now we got to and it kind of bothers me that now we have to go and march to say our voices now on matters like this. But I was speaking earlier about Medicare for All. And on the Medicare for All front, on July 24th, there's people going to be marching all over across the United States, going up to Capitol Hill and capitals across in Ohio, in Illinois, in Washington. And those areas are going to have people marching to get Medicare for All. Here's my recommendation to the politicians right now, if I was you. If I was you right now, I would be prepared to stand outside your door and watch these marches, and I want you to hear these people's crying. Because I don't know how you sleep at night, to be honest with you. I don't know if you hear voices in your head from people screaming from being dead without Medicare, without health insurance, or have to pay high prices for health care. I don't know how you sleep at night, knowing that your loved one or you have to help pay for your family's health care at high prices. And what strings you have to pull to get health care to your family. And if you refuse to go and listen to these people at these marches on July 24th, then you are refusing to take a vote and refuse to get donations. That's the way I look at it. You will be refusing to take donations, and you are refusing to take votes if you don't go to this event on July 24th, when these people are going to march up and have speakers saying that we need Medicare for all. We have a right to health care. And my question to the politicians is basically this. When do you guys do the research and say that Medicare is only at a certain percentage of coverage of the United States? I did the research, and last time I checked, Medicare was only covering 18% of the United States. 18%. That's a low turnout. That's a low damn turnout. Basically, you're telling people they can't get covered under Medicare for all? Can't get Medicare at any age, at any health status? That's shady and low on my standards, on my humanity, on my morals. That's low. That is low. Because basically what you're telling American people is you don't care. You want money more than you want to help your people that voted you into office and basically got you into Washington, D.C. to represent those people for the United States. I'm sorry, but that just does not make sense to me. That just does not float at all. And you sit there and you keep tweeting and saying that we need Medicare for all. We need this, but then it says you heard to the mute. Make up your mind, politicians. Make up your mind. Time's ticking. Because people are going to vote again for you to stay in power. And if they are not going to get what we want, then you're not going to get it. You're going to lose. Point blank. Point blank. You're going to lose. And you will lose. Because people had enough already with the fact of you told people we are going to get Medicare for all. And you, especially AOC. I don't know why AOC does this. Still boggles my mind because she had videos that says she's pushing for Medicare for all when she was running as a House representative in Congress, but then backsteps and says, "Oh, I'm not," and goes with the squad because if she, this is what a lot of people are saying that she's doing it for personal gain. She made a mistake of being in office. She made a mistake being in office because that's telling me you stabbing the people in your back and you're stabbing your people in New York City. And I don't see how New Yorkers trusted AOC. I really don't. I really damn don't. And it's scary to me that we got representatives that are progressive, but they're not passing policy to make it progressive. You got the person who's running Progressive Voice on his channel. He's saying, oh, they are doing what they can. No, they're not. Has he actually gone and seen these people actually make laws that are getting us Medicare for all? Did he actually look at videos and say, hey, did they actually pass what they said they're going to pass? No. And see, I would like to even go on telling the truth here. You're seeing from the outside in, you're seeing from the outside these people don't care. They slap us in the back. And my thing with this whole force to vote thing is now it's our turn. But this time, instead of forcing the vote, we are withholding our vote. We're going to withhold our donations and we're going to withhold our vote until you politicians get off your butt and get us. And that's what I want to see in this march on July 24th. I want to see these people with signs saying no vote, no donations until Medicare for all is passed. No vote, no donation, Medicare for all. No vote, no donations, Medicare for all. Because now we're going to hurt you where your wallet is. Now you're going to have to meet our demands. And that's basically what's going to have to happen now is you're going to have to meet our demands to get us what we want. It's time to stop acting like it's no big deal. It's time to start taking things seriously and giving us what we want. It's time for you to start paying attention to reality. There's people that are homeless because of the fact that they're of no fault of their own because they are running out of resources to survive in a society like this. They are running out of resources to take care of themselves and make ends meet because they don't have the resources and the funds to pay for the high price costs. But yet when they go to a job and they work and they do what they're supposed to do in a job, Their tax dollars are going to Medicare, but they are not enrolled. Try to explain to me that logic. Try to explain to me that system. I want to hear these politicians actually explain what Medicare really, really does on their Twitter feeds. Instead of spewing out saying we need Medicare for all, we need to do this, we need to. No, I want you to explain to the American people what Medicare really is. What Medicare is doing behind closed doors. What are they deciding to do? Because here's my thinking is if you're taking tax, I mean if you look on the pay stub and it says federal and it says Medicare tax, Washington D.C. Congress, you're taking money out of the tax people's paychecks to pay for Medicare. You're taking money out of taxpayers' dollars to pay for Medicare. But yet you're only covering for 18% of the people. What's the other 82% of the tax dollars going to? Tell me that logic. Tell me that logic. Try to explain to me in Twitter feeds, so I can see it in the notes, or what's your strategy for giving us a healthcare system that is tax-paid money? Because all I see is mouths moving, but no action. No action's happening. And what's sad to me, and what's really bothering me right now, again, is because how many times have we have to go on video and on tape and record videos to get through your heads that we needed this from day one? From every administration to every president we needed this from the get-go. And people kept saying it that we need Medicare for all. But yet we have nobody that's actually taking a stand. Not even on the, and what's even worse is we don't have it even on the local and state level. We don't even have that on the local and state level that's saying, hey, politicians in the federal, when are you going to pass Medicare for all? Time's ticking, federal politicians, AOC, Sheila Tlaib, Ro Khanna, Ayanna Pressley. Time's ticking. Democrats, Republicans. I mean, and even what's worse is everyone saying some of you Republicans and some of you Democrats are for Medicare for all. So why are you not fighting? Why are you not going and fighting and saying we need Medicare for all? We need you to do this work. Try to explain that to me, folks. I mean, I'm lost here. I'm lost in the dark because it's the fact of the matter is I'm trying to find out the answers here to why we have politicians that are agreeing to pass Medicare for all or agreeing that we need a health care system that is tax-paid money, but yet at the same token, they're not fighting for it. It's like federal don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. But on the local and state levels, they're not even asking the questions either. And that's what's kind of sad to me. It's like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? So if I had to grade these politicians right now, they would be a solid F. A solid F. They're failing to meet our demands, and they're failing to not do what we've asked them to do. Or they failed on their campaign. They failed on every front. They failed on every front. And here's what's even sickening on my number 2 topic here. $15 minimum wages they also failed on. Because I only now know 2 states that have actually passed $15 minimum wage: Rhode Island and Florida. Rhode Island and Florida are the only 2 states that I've seen on Twitter, because Bernie Sanders was the one that mentioned it, that Rhode Island passed $15 minimum wage, and he congratulated them. But then my question is why he couldn't did it on the federal level. He ran on that campaign for $15 minimum wage, but yet he's congratulating a state like Rhode Island and Florida for passing $15 minimum wage in their states. But he can't use that as a motivational boost to get him to pass $15 minimum on a global scale. He couldn't have got that as a motivational boost to get it passed on the federal level, but he didn't. But yet he congratulates them. And I said that to Twitter. I said that to him. I said, Bernie, why you couldn't just use that as a boost to get you to pass Medicare, to pass $15 minimum wage? You couldn't use that as a motivational boost to get you to get $15 minimum wage passing the COVID bill. Or even as a standalone bill. Say, hey, $15 minimum wage, boom, pass it, let's go. You got 2 states already ahead of you. Again, I'm saying this as from time is ticking, folks. Time is ticking. If this is the only way to get politicians to get off their butt and do what they said they're going to do, then we might as well withhold our vote and withhold our funds and say, no, we're not doing it no more. We're not doing it no more until somebody is going to stand and say, we're going to pass these until when they have that, it says solid in paper, say, here, I have it in paper that we passed Medicare for all. We have passed $15 minimum wage. Now we can vote for us. But right now, we don't have proof that they're doing this. Because right now, I'm trying to find more people on Twitter from their state representatives are saying, are they passing $15 minimum wage? Are they saying that this state now is passing it? Because that's what these protests and marches are doing. They're putting pressure on the politicians, and they're saying they're unscared. Well, now here's more pressure. No vote, no donations until you meet our demands. And our demands is this, plain clear. Plain clear. We want $15 minimum wage globally. Means all 50 states must pay $15 minimum wage. Hold on, folks. I gotta. Sorry, I had to respond to a text message. But yeah, folks, I'm serious. I'm saying it as a human being of the United States who's a patriot of the United States. I love my country. But I am going to call out and I'm going to say no more. I'm back. I'm officially, you know what's going to happen here is I want proof now that my politicians are going to, if I'm going to vote for anybody anymore, I want to see proof that they're going to fight and do my values. That's why I haven't been voting in any of the elections, because of the fact that I'm done. There's no proof and there's no evidence that basically any politician in the United States has really been looking out for the human man or the woman and child. That's basically what it is. They have not ran on their campaigns. They have not ran and got stuff done based on what they were promising. Because I have a prediction right now that's is going to come up, and that's basically with Mike DeWine in Ohio, the state I'm living in. Because Mike DeWine pulled a stunt that was so dumb and so idiotic, it is sickening and vomiting. Now, I don't know if you follow Twitter and you follow his page, but you heard him announce that he was doing that Vax-A-Million, where that lottery drawing. BS. You could have wrote with your stroke of a pen, you could have made a UBI with $2,000 paychecks. If you had all that money that you were going to give $1 million to 5 individuals, you could have gave $2,000 to everybody in Ohio. I'm still pissed off with that. Because people are spending their money going and get the vaccine and spending money on transportation and everything to get the vaccine. And you're going to go ahead and give 5 individuals $1 million for doing it. BS. I'm sorry, but that is bull. And I can't believe Kyle announced and said that, oh, it's a better way to incentivize. No, it's not. It's not incentivized, because everyone's going to get screwed out of that drawing, and only 5 people got $1 million. Oh, so that's supposed to help stimulate people, get them motivated? I'm sorry, but that pisses me off, because it's like, dude, no. You should have been fighting and you should have been yelling at Mike DeWine from your microphone and your platform and telling people that that was stupid. That was stupid for Mike DeWine to go ahead and make that as incentivized to get vaccine. No. People have to work long hours and every day working until their legs and health is fading just to get money so they can make it in the world. And he pulls that as a stunt. That's why this whole no vote, no donation to any politician or to anyone that's going to run for office. No. We the people need to put our foot down, and we need to stop this. We need to stop this, because this is enough is enough. I'm not going to put up with all this BS behind our back, and they're not going to do what we want. It's damn time we took a stand and say enough is enough. You don't want to do what we want? Fine. Don't ask for donations. Don't ask for a vote. because we're not going to give it to you. And I will continue to refuse, as an American, to not vote for these people until they give me what I want, and you listen to my demands, and every other American's demands. Because we've been screaming for years, saying we need Medicare for all. We need $15 minimum wage. We need what you ran on. You ran on this stuff. And now you're slamming us in the face and you're spitting at us at every turn and saying, we're not doing it. But yeah, you go out and you rally the people and you say, no, we'll get Medicare, bro. We'll get 2,000. No, you have not. If you're not passing it, you didn't pass that in day one when you got in office. I didn't see you craft a bill that says that we were going to get it. Man, it's so frustrating to hear that our politicians are not doing the work. But yeah, you want to rally, you want to tweet, and you want to say, oh, you need to go out. It's like, no, we've done the work. We've done the work. Now we want you to do the work. We want you to do the work. We want you to do the work. We want you to go out and do what we said we want you to do. Is this what our society has become to, where everything's a price tag now? Because if that's the case, then guess what? Yeah, now here's a price tag. We're withholding our vote and we're withholding our donations until you give us $15 minimum wage, Medicare for all. If you can give us at least two, then at least you have a shot at a vote and a donation. But if you can't give us those at least two things right there, then that's it. We're done. And you're continuing to prove that here on out. Because right now I can hear the tick-tocking of a clock before the next election in November of this year. It seems like every year now we got elections coming up. And the next one, I don't know which one is going to be. I don't know if this is going to be the mayor race one, or is this going to be the mayor race and the state? Because if this is the mayor and state run, then you mayors and state reps, and even the governor himself, they better step it up. They better step it up and pass Medicare for all and pass $15 minimum wage. But I guarantee you, this is gonna. If this doesn't happen on this level, then it better happen on all three levels, or everyone's not gonna get no vote and no donation. And I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. No votes, no donation until $15 minimum wage is passed, until Medicare for all is passed, till we have a Green New Deal, till we have a UBI system. And until we have an infrastructure bill that's going to improve our system of roads, bridges, internet service, universal broadband. Even our internet is a infrastructure. Our telephone lines, our information lines are an infrastructure. I can't see why we can't put the lighting wiring underneath the ground so they don't get blown out when the high winds hit. I mean, we got power lines on the above us and even below us. And what's sad is the fact that our politicians still think that this is okay. No. How many times have power companies had to come out and repair power lines and fix power back to the communities during these storms we've had this year? This is what's sickening about our world is that we have to keep coming out and doing all this. Isn't it about time to say, hey, newsflash, update our infrastructure? Give us better infrastructure on our power grid, at least. Our power grid is falling, crumbling because of the fact that look at everything we're running today: computers, refrigerators, freezers, industrial freezers and coolers that draw a lot of power. And where are we getting that power from? But yet they want to run it off of oil and gas. No. You're telling me water can't do the trick? And here's the thing that kills me the worst about this. And let me be very, very clear. There is research out there on YouTube that have a pipe that has a turbine that powers electricity through water. And you're telling me these politicians didn't research this stuff? Are you telling me that YouTube has got got videos out there that says there's technology that you can run water through a turbine, even underground, that you can do electricity and water at the same time? Has anyone thought of that technology to run through our system and give us both at one time? Are you telling me that we're that inept? Are you telling me we're that incapable of doing stuff like this? I guess so, because it seems like to me we haven't got there. We have not got there. And I'm really getting to the point where it's like, okay, when do we have to scream this out to your ears? When are you going to start asking questions to us as a human race that are doing the research for you? That's my question to the politicians. And you're wondering why you're not getting a vote, you're not getting a turnout, because you're not paying attention to the details. I'm wondering what your education levels are, to be honest with you. It's really that sad and disgusting that we have politicians in this world that are thinking about themselves and it's continuing to be obvious. And now everyone, even the independent media is telling it like it is, that it's they're more about themselves and the donors who giving them rich money. I mean, shoot, we might as well carry tablets and laptops across the whole United States with us everywhere we go, and we can look up information within a mile or within distance between the internet. If we have internet access anywhere, we can look up information. Say, here's a. You're telling me you cannot do a simple job and look up information, look up videos that say we have technology at our fingertips. It's quite pitiful and quite disgusting, to say the least. So when are we going to learn, folks? When are we going to learn? Tell me that. When are we going to learn to start realizing that we have no politicians that are actually keeping their word? It seems like that's what we're doing nowadays is we're doing everything ourselves and we have to prove it to the politicians. No, the politicians need to come and prove it to us that they are caring. They got a soul. They got a damn soul. And I'm not going to continue to vote, and I'm not going to continue to donate to nobody of the politicians until I hear them saying that they're going to pass $15 minimum wage and they meet our demands. And this is my message to Medicare for All activists. I wish you luck in that march, and I give my heart out to you. You guys are fighting the fight to try to get them to pay attention to you and hear the stories. But I guarantee you, once if they refuse to hear your stories and they don't pass Medicare for All, then you better turn your back on them. You better turn your back on them and do not give them your vote and do not give them your money. That's my message to you, Medicare for All activists and people that are doing this march and the speakers. If they refuse and they do not listen to you and they do not pay attention to what you're doing, then you better turn your back on them and do not fund any more of the politicians. Because I'm making that stand right now with me. I'm not giving them my vote and I'm not giving them my money. I'm not doing that no more. I don't have the patience and I don't have the time to hear BS. I want to hear them saying that they got our backs and they're going to go and fight and get $15 minimum when they enter in office. When they step in those doors in the office and they run this country, they better put it on the front table right on day one. But if they don't, they might as well step aside and work like regular middle class people and actually do a real job. Because I'm done. I am done. I am not going to put up with this no more. Half the time, I don't even want to watch this stuff anymore because it's starting to sicken my stomach. But I have to keep up with the news. I have to keep up with the times. I have to know what's going on. Because that's what I am. I'm an information seeker. And because of the fact that I'm hearing it even in my own community here in Berea, Ohio, I'm hearing people saying they are some people they're saying that especially Mike DeWine is not going to be able to win this vote for mayor for governorship because he pulled that stunt. No more. No more. It's BS. It's beyond measure. It's a done deal. I guarantee you there will be no more BS going around if we step back and let them run the shot. Let them figure out their own game plan. Let's see what their brains came up with. Because they seem to be doing fine without us. But yet they ask us to give them money. I say fine. I'll step back and you can have your money, you can have your votes with the way you want to run it. But for me, you're not getting a single thing from me. As long my tax dollars are only going to go for what my tax dollars are going for. My money is only going for what my money is going for. But anything else, no. Not to a politician who ain't going to make their promises and keep with their word. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to deal with it no more. And that's a reality check. Now I shared this on Twitter, this live stream. You can find me on Twitter on DLC 9002. I'm also on Facebook on Daniel Cello CL. Hit me up on social media. If you want to debate, find me a way to debate me if I'm wrong. Because maybe you know something that I don't about these politicians, but I know from what I'm hearing from sources across the world, our politicians have not stepped up. They're backpedaling. They're not. They're duck and cover. They're hiding. And I'm not more going to be hearing. I don't want to see this no more. I ain't going to be part of the game of cowards. If you're going to be a man and woman, you better step up to the plate and you better stand up for what you believe in. And I want to see, and if I'm going to vote for a politician, I better see legislation being put forth out that we're getting $15 minimum wage, and we better get our Medicare for all. No more games. It's time to step up, politicians. It's time to stop acting like it's like you can do what you want and not get away with it. No, you're being called out. I'm sorry. I'm just getting frustrated with everything going on because it seems like to me, it seems like this is an ever-ending cycle that's not. There's no end in sight. There's no results. It's the same spinning wheel that has no ending. No positive results has ever came out of this wheel. And if you guys want to keep having this spinning wheel with no end in sight and no positive change, then fine, keep running on it. But I'm not. I'm putting the brakes on it right here. Because I want to start seeing change. I want to start seeing some progress coming out of our United States of America. We have people dying every day around us. But my question is, where's that blood coming from? It's going to be on your guys' hands, right? I had to get this off my chest because it's been bothering me for numerous times this year. And I know I'm going to hear the backlash. Oh, what do you do with your money? What do you do? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that our government is supposed to be supportive. That's supposed to be our support line. They're supposed to have our back because people are supposed to be behind us. But we don't have that no more, it seems. And we elected people to have a support line too. But now it seems that's been destroyed by their arrogance, by their incompetence, and their false hope. They keep making promises that they cannot keep. And I'm done. I'm done. I want to see proof from these politicians here on out. I want to see and I want to see if there is a news report about where those people are marching. I want to see in that footage of the news report or wherever that they're showing that the politicians are standing there and listening to them. I want to see a single face from a Congress member of the progressive wing. And I want that camera pointed right directly to them. And I want to see them actually standing there and listening. I want to see them even in the audience listening to these speeches. And taking what they hear and translating that back to getting us a freaking legislation of Medicare for all. Because if I don't see any politician in any of the footages or anything that's going on YouTube or anything that's showing that they are watching this and they were out there actually paying attention and participating in this event, saying anything that's going to give us legislation, then I'm done. They ain't getting my vote or donation until I see them actually passing the legislation that says Medicare for all is a law. Because they knew this from day one. They had information about Medicare. But they make it excuses to have other and big tech. I just wanted to rant that off because I like I said, that's my frustration. That's been on my mind for so many times. And I want you people to hear this. And to Jimmy Dore, if you were listening to this, I want you people of Jimmy Dore's fans and comrades of him, send this out to him and tell him I've got his back. I will defend him. I defend him. Because my money that I've given him on his Patreon for $20 is my support to him because he's telling truth. He knows what's really going on. He's asking the questions. And if anything, I wish he was a president of the United States, he would run the country. Because at least he's asking questions and not sitting there and playing diddly dally with the freaking. And Vanguard, you guys are breaking it down piece by piece about what's going on in the news and debunking as well. More power to you. I'm supporting people that actually are speaking truth and actually seeing what the real world is. I don't know what else to say, but that just frustrates me. And more hearing about this type of stuff just makes me want to barf. But it seems like that's information we need to know about. And I'd rather trust the Vanguard, Jimmy Dore, because they at least give it to you like it is. And no lies behind it. Have a great morning, folks.